one day, that's new. But I want to make this one a public service announcement. I just came very close to being in a head-on collision because some car was trying to pass another truck, and I had to hit my brakes and pull off to the shoulder to keep from hitting him. So, doing a little bit of math in my head. Now my math could be off, but it's right around the right area. So, my truck, I'm one of the slower trucks on the road, okay? I'm doing 60 miles an hour right now, 61, okay? Now, say you get stuck behind me, speed limit 65, you're probably doing 70, maybe 75, okay? And you're complaining because you're stuck behind a truck who's doing 60. And you get out around them and you see somebody coming, I think I can make that. Well, if you think you can make that, don't try it. It's not worth it. Okay? So, here's the math. I'm doing 60, you're doing 70. That's 10 miles an hour. In 1 hour, that means you're saving 10 minutes. 2 hours, you're saving 20 minutes. If you're driving for 3 hours at 70 miles an hour, you're only saving yourself half an hour. Is your life worth half an hour? Now, and I've seen it before, okay? If that guy would have hit me, he would have been dead. I would have lived. I've seen pictures from guys in my company who have had that happen to them, and you have to take pictures for claims. And you know, he was talking about how these people, and that was an SUV that hit him, okay? The SUV looked like a tin can, and all that happened to his truck was the grill was messed up. The bumper and the grill was messed up from an SUV hitting him. 2 people died. He said that he watched them die. They died in front of his eyes, is what he said. So, you know, that's the reality of it. You can't risk your life for an extra 10 minutes. You can wait for a little bit until that truck has passed you. And don't think that these trucks are going slow, because we're big, and a big object looks like it's going a lot slower than it actually is, because most of these trucks are probably doing 70 miles an hour, 68 to 70 miles an hour, okay? So don't think that they're going slow just because they're big. A lot of them, here's the funny thing too, a lot of people get behind a truck, get stuck behind a truck, and automatically just assume that they're going slower because they're behind a truck, when that truck is really going the same speed that they were going in the first place. Maybe a mile or 2 an hour less, you know? So, it's not that big of a deal. Just wait a minute until you know you can make it, and then pass. You know, it's not gonna hurt you. And chances are you're probably gonna have to, in that 3-hour time period, you might have to stop and refuel or go to the bathroom, and by that time that same truck that you just passed is already past you now. And then you're gonna have to pass them again, you know? So you're not really gaining any ground. You're just risking your life over something you think you can do. You know, I got close enough to that guy that I could actually see his eyes. I made eye contact with him, you know? It was kind of scary, you know? It was scary for me. And what's worse is I wasn't worried about getting hurt, because the way these trucks are built, I mean, most of the time if a truck driver gets in an accident, they survive, just because of the way these things are built. You know, you hear it all the time, rollovers and head-on collisions and things like that, and the trucker survives because we don't get that much of the impact. But you know, unless it's a bad accident or something, you know, which it happens. It just happened recently. Some truck driver, I believe, fell asleep at the wheel and hit the guardrail and flipped over the guardrail. And I mean, he flipped all the way over on top of himself, so that he didn't make it. But for the most part, these trucks are, you know, they're rugged. They're heavy, they're big, they don't stop easily, they don't go easily. So once they get that momentum going, it's, you know, it's hard to stop it. You know, simple things like that, it happens all the time, and it's easy to prevent, is the sad thing. You know, all these four-wheelers, they get in a hurry, think they need to be somewhere, you know, and they end up dying over a stupid mistake or a miscalculation or something like that. It's not worth it. So take a little bit of time, make sure you know that you can make it, get home safe, and you know, so I just want to send that out to everybody. You know, whether you're a subscriber or not, just somebody watching, your life isn't worth an extra 10 minutes. You know, I actually had it happen to me, not quite like that, but right before I made my last video, and I'm at a red light in the right-hand turn lane, and I'm like, well, I can make it, probably. But I'm like, well, if you don't, then you're gonna get in an accident, and you're gonna end up sitting here for an hour while they fill out a report, and you make a claims report, and or you can just sit here for another 2 minutes and wait for the light to turn green. Okay, I deal with it too. I get in a hurry, and I gotta think to myself, it's not worth it to save yourself an extra 2 minutes. So yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. All right, reach for the sky, thank a trucker.